The following is based on a true story.
Where'd your mom and daddy go this afternoon anyway?
Myrtle Beach, I think. Maybe over to Conway. Daddy's looking for a new pair of pants. Size 34 to fit a 40-inch waist. I know how he is. He swears he hadn't gained an inch since he was in the Air Force.
Well, if he's got a 40-inch waist, why can't he just admit it? Especially since the whole world can see it.
I asked him one time, why did he keep trying to shove 40 pounds of meat into a 20-pound sack?
What'd he say?
He told me to hush my mouth, that it was his meat and his sack.
Renee.
Oh, I reckon it's my turn. Hi, Mr. Skelton.
Howdy.
You want your usual 5 gallons?
Yeah, 5 gallons is right. You minding the store for the folks today?
I sure am. Go to the bathroom, Jan. He's back again.
Oh, shoot.
That boy from down the road. He shows up here 4 or 5 times a day. Jan don't like to be in the store when he's around, so she goes to the bathroom till he leaves.
That boy hadn't been bothering you, has he?
Well, just acts like he's better than we are, 'cause he's from New York. Thinks folks down here is just country hicks. But mostly he's just downright unpleasant.
You be careful of that boy. He goes by the name of Tyner. Rudolph Tyner.
Something I can do for you.
You got white ice cream?
You mean vanilla?
Yeah, white.
Ice cream's in the freezer there behind you.
Well, ain't you gonna get it for me? And a loaf of white bread. And some white sugar.
Will that be all?
Yeah. After you put it in the sack for me.
$4.39.
What about charging it?
I can't do that.
What's wrong with you people down here? You behind the times.
Well, I reckon we'll just have to accept that opinion while we're accepting the cash.
Well, what if I told you I don't have the cash?
Then I'll just have to tell you that you don't have the groceries. But you can take that up with my daddy. He's back now, and this is his store.
I was just fooling around, lady.
We're glad you're back.
Look, girls, at Gloxinia.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Renee, you know that wonderful nursery over to Conway?
Yeah.
Hey, what did I tell you the other day? I told you I don't see you in here anymore, didn't I?
'Cause I'm black and from up north, right?
Half our customers are black, and we're proud to have them. But you're a thief. Get out. I caught him shoplifting the other day.
Hey! Cheryl, you're worse than a fly. Now, you go on over there and play with the other kids.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, hi, honey. How you doing?
Oh, it's hot.
Goes with the territory, don't it?
Jan, can I help?
Oh, sure, Brigitte. You can go get the lima beans. They're on top of the stove next to the pan.
Okay. Where's the napkins?
Oh, Lord, I forgot.
I'll get them. If Mom remembered to bring them from the store. Hey, brother of mine, Miss Terry.
Are you getting excited? You leave tomorrow?
It's gonna be neat.
Hey, Daddy, how you gonna get along at the store without Terry here?
You going someplace new?
Girl Scout camp.
Well, I don't see how we can get along without you, honey. If you give me some notice, I could have sold the store.
We're gonna get you.
Watch the fire, kid. Watch the fire.
Smells good.
That meat's about done, Jan.
Camp. Go over there to the greenhouse and tell Mama we're just about ready.
All right. All right, you youngins, stop playing now and wash up. It's time to eat.
Mama? Oh. We're gonna eat now, Mama.
Kim, I know why they call places that grow flowers nurseries. Flowers need as much attention and tender love and care as babies. And you know, every time a customer buys one of them from me, I get a pang right here. Like I'm selling one of my own children.
Well, you raised them for nothing, Mama. You fed them and you watered them. You watched them grow up to be beautiful.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
Mama, I'm gonna make the announcement today.
I hoped it would happen, honey, because I want you and Marshall to be as happy as Tony and Jan and Dean and Renee. But are you sure now? Are you 100% sure?
100%, Mama.
Dean, you know something? You are the absolute biggest chow hound I ever saw.
All right, I admit it. I only married your daughter because you're barbecue sauce.
Thanks a lot.
Just joking, Renee. I'm just joking.
Sit down.
Tony, when'd you say you're going to have some time off?
About the middle of next week. You interested?
Never was a time I wasn't interested in fishing. I heard about a spot over near Georgetown.
Bill, I think Kim has something to say.
Oh?
Daddy, me and Marshall want to get married.
I knew it.
I see.
Now, I was gonna come tell you in private, Mr. Moon. Ask your permission, I mean, but... Well, I guess she just did it this way.
Just like a moon. I want to win right here in the yard, Daddy. Right under our big old tree over there. And I want you to give me away, and I want to wear Mama's pearls.
Well, looks like you thought of everything. All taken care of. Decided, I mean. Except for one thing. You want to stand up, Marshall? I got something to say to you. You couldn't have picked a better girl, son.
We welcome you down.
Why don't we close up and go home?
What you have in mind, Mr. Moon?
I want the money.
No. You get out of here.
Yo, man, you better give me the money.
No, you can't have it.
Bill! My God, what did you do? Bill! No! Please don't do it. Don't do it. Beg you, please. Don't do it.
Jane, would you mind making us some popcorn while I go see what's got her all riled up? Hey, old girl. What's got you going out here? Something I hear you don't like? It's okay. Nothing. Just somebody walking down the road. Come here.
Yeah?
Is Tony Cimo home?
My brother lives in that house over there next door. What's wrong?
Something bad happened up at your folks' store, and my daughter went in and she found him.
Found him? Tony! Tony! Tony, get to the store! Tony, something happened! Something happened bad! Tony! Tony, get to the store now! Tony! God, hurry! Oh, no! No, wait for me, please, Mr. Murphy.
Before you go in there, Tony, there's something you better know. Your folks, both of them, they're dead. behind the counter. Tony's in there.
Forget, don't look. Honey, don't. And you know my daughter, she was the one that found him.
Tony, you all right? Can you talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
You got any ideas? You know of anybody around here could have done something like this?
Everybody liked my folks. I can't think of anybody.
But what?
Well, just before my sister came and got me, my dog was barking. I walked outside, and I saw a man walking down the road. A black man.
I know someone who lives near here who might have done this.
Where?
He lives about a mile down that way. Family named Finch. He's a real troublemaker.
You talking about a kid named Tyner?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
I arrested him 2 weeks ago for grand theft auto. Come down here from New York in a stolen car. Waste of time. New York refused to extradite him.
Slocum.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing here?
Captain, I think we have a suspect lives right down the road there.
What are you standing here for?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Mitchell, go with him. Sergeant, come on, Slocum. Come on, we're moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Captain, just go back to the store, turn the gun and shells over to him. We're gonna take them on in.
Now, Benjamin, you be sure to do what you're told. Where are you taking him?
County jail.
Wait for you wouldn't be no law here. Wouldn't be no trouble.
You understand you are under arrest for murder?
Yeah, only I didn't do.
Don't want to hear you did. Don't want to hear you didn't. Just answer my question. Do you understand you are under arrest for murder?
Yeah.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but that ain't my gun.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed for you. All right, start taking it off. Strip.
What, my clothes?
Now, what the hell else would I be talking about? Now, take that thing off first. Come on, we ain't got all night.
Come on, the shoes.
Would you look at this?
Hey.
You collect souvenirs, do you, Mr. Tyner? It's all yours, bud.
Thanks. Close the door, will you? Sit down. I don't know much about this, since I've just been called in from home. All I've been told is 2 people, a man and a woman, was shotgunned to death tonight out near Murrells Inlet. And I've been called to come in and take your confession. I got a son almost your age. And, well, I sure would hate to see him in the kind of trouble you're in.
You thinking I'm in trouble?
You've been arrested, ain't you? And you've been read your rights, and I'm fixing to read them to you again here before you start talking to me. Now, 2 people are dead, son, and you're the suspect. Yeah, I'm thinking you're in trouble. Bad trouble. Trouble I wouldn't want to see my boy in. Are you ready to confess? I say confessing's good for the soul, and I can see from here your soul needs some help. And that's how come I think maybe you're going to tell me all about it.
Yeah, man. I killed him.
Yeah.
Mr. Dunn?
Yeah.
This is Tony Cimo. I got your number from your office. Bill and Myrtle Moon were my parents. I believe you knew them?
Well, yeah, I knew Bill and Myrtle. And I'm very sorry, Tony. I'm much more than sorry. I really am. They were good people.
Well, thank you. Mr. Dunn, I realize you're the public defender, but there are a couple of questions I need to ask you.
Well, I'm not the public defender any longer. I resigned.
You did? Then could I talk to you?
Well, I'm flying back for the funeral.
Well, that's good, because I really need to talk to you. Would it be all right if I picked you up at the airport? Hey, Mr. Dunn!
Oh, hi. Tony?
Yes, sir.
Pleased to meet you.
Thanks. Let me take this for you.
Thank you.
This is my truck over here.
What's on your mind, Tony?
Well, I got a lot on my mind. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. But tell me, why'd you resign?
I had no alternative. Everyone has the right to a defense counsel, but I couldn't defend him. I wouldn't defend him.
Mr. Dunn, I love my parents very much. We were close. The whole family's close. I don't know if you know this, but Bill, he wasn't my real daddy. He married Mama when I was only 2 years old, so he's the only father I've ever known. And I'll tell you something. No man on earth ever loved his son more than that man loved me. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss them both.
I'm sure you will.
Well, I gotta look after my sisters now. That's why I wanted to see if you could help us.
I'm sure I can, Tony. But let's talk about it after the funeral. What do you say?
Thanks.
Okay.
My name's Franklin, Tony, Matthew Franklin. We all knew your daddy and your mama. And we're here to pay our respects because they were fine folk.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I know Mom and Daddy would appreciate it, too.
If there's anything we can do for you, Tony, or for the family, we'd be most pleased.
Thank you. But there's nothing. But I thank you for the thought. And I know my sisters thank you for the thought. Would you please come in and say hello to them?
Man is like a breath. His days are as a fleeting shadow that passes away. In the morning he flourishes and sprouts up. In the evening he is cut down and withers. O Lord, you are gracious and compassionate. You are near to your children when they call upon thee in their grief. You bend down close to hear their cry and to still the anguish of their souls. In your abundant goodness, you did give us these loved ones in whose life we have rejoiced. Your richest blessings we shared with them in overflowing measure. Their sweet companionship with us their tenderness responding to ours, filled all our days with beauty and with gladness, and we praise thee for thy goodness unto us. We do thank thee from the depths of our hearts for the years you have granted them, in which they brought joy and comfort into many a heart. Now their earthly end has come. We give them back unto thee in faith and in submission. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Don't worry about it, Margaret. Everything's going to be just fine. You understand? Okay, bye-bye. So long, Joe.
Mr. Dunn.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Come on, let's walk over here, then we can finish that conversation, huh? Well, what's foremost on your mind?
Well, the thing that worries me is all this stuff I see on TV and reading the papers about how sometimes these guys get off.
Yeah?
You know, on technicalities that nobody ever heard of.
Uh-huh.
I just want to make sure that this case doesn't get thrown out of court.
Tony, you're projecting. The trial hadn't even begun yet, and you already seen him go free.
I just want to make sure he gets what's coming to him.
You mean the death penalty?
You're damn right. He murdered my mother and father for no reason at all. I got a wife and kids. I got sisters, and 2 of them got kids.
You mean you're afraid of revenge? Is that what you're saying?
Wouldn't you be? Even before he killed Mom and Daddy, he was harassing my wife and sister at the store.
Come on, let's sit down here.
Listen, Mr. Dunn, I'm not against anybody getting a fair trial, because that's the way it ought to be. What scares the hell out of me is, I guess I'm afraid the monkeys are going to be running the zoo.
Well, Tony, the death penalty is for the jury to decide. But my faith in our system assures me that there will be a solution. Now, the state's going to prosecute Tyner, and I won't be permitted to have any direct function in the trial. But I can explain everything to you. I can guide you.
Would you do that? Would you sit through the trial with us and make sure it's as fair to the people he murdered as it is to him?
You got it.
Now, how much you charge?
Oh, the standard fee for a monkey in the zoo. Peanuts.
You got it.
Hey, Cimo.
Yeah.
Come here a minute. Come here. I want to talk to you about something. You don't know me. I seen you down around Murrells Inlet and at Pawleys Island. I read all about what happened to your folks, and I'm sorry. I truly am.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, mister.
My name's not important. What's important is what I can do for you.
What's that?
That jail across the street from the courthouse. Police, they're gonna be walking that boy back and forth between the two. Every day of that trial.
Yeah?
There don't have to be no trial if you don't want one.
I guess I just don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about an eye for an eye, Cimo. I'm talking about a high-powered rifle with a silencer, telescopic sight. I'm talking about that boy lying dead over there in the street, and the police never knowing where it come from.
Stay away from me.
An eye for an eye, Cimo. Holy Book itself recommends it.
You stay away from me.
gorgeous bride.
Thanks, Renee. I'm just not sure we should be doing this yet.
Yes, you should. It's been over a month, and now that Tony and Jan are living here, it means each of us can have our own home. You and Marshall ought to be together. Come on in.
Kimmy, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
They're all waiting.
Okay.
Now, you wanted to wear Mama's pearls. And I know she'd want you to. Maybe you'll feel her standing next to you while you wear them.
Mama's in my heart, Tony. Daddy's in my heart, too. They can't get no closer than they are.
Almighty and ever-present God, whose presence is the happiness of every condition, and whose favor hallows every relation, we beseech thee to be present and favorable unto these thy servants, that they may be truly joined in the honorable estate of marriage, in the covenant of their God.
Courtroom's right up there. I'll see you in a few minutes, all right? You all right, honey?
Mr. Tyner, will you please approach the bench? Mr. Tyner, do you know of anything this court can do to assist you in any way in the defense of your case?
No, I don't know nothing.
Have you told your counsel everything about the case you know?
Yes, sir.
Well, the law provides that not only does your counsel have the right to make a closing argument to the jury, it also provides that you have a right to make an argument to the jury within the rules.
I don't understand.
You don't know what an argument means?
No, sir.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade.
And you don't know what the word argument means?
No, sir.
You can talk, can't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, sir.
If you disagreed with your attorney there on any matter, you could tell him that you disagreed, couldn't you?
I don't understand.
All right, be seated.
I went outside with my flashlight because my dog was barking. And I saw a man walking down the other side of the road toward Conway. I didn't think anything of it. You know, a man walking down the road there. I had no way of knowing that my mom and daddy had just been killed.
Tony, thereafter, did one of your sisters happen to come to your place?
Yes, sir. My sister Brigitte, she lives next door to us. She was screaming, "Tony, go to the store, something bad's happened." When I got to the store, Bob Perkins was standing there. And he said, "Tony, they're both dead."
What did you do then?
Well, I went in the store. When I went in, the first thing I saw was there blood all over. And when I got to behind the counter, I saw Mom and Daddy laying there. Daddy was thrown back against these feed sacks, and Mama was laying on her side. She was still holding one of her plants. And there was blood all over the leaves.
He said, yeah, man, I killed those people. So I turned the tape recorder on, read him his rights. I said, tell me about it.
We needed money. So me and Ben, we slipped his brother's shotgun out one of the windows so his daddy wouldn't see us leaving with it. And we went off down the road. And not many cars on the road at night, you know, but every time one would come along, I laid the shotgun down in the weeds. Well, we got there, and Ben standing, he standing outside of the door. So when I got inside, I went in there and I told the man I needed some money. And he said no. I had the shotgun down then. But when he said I couldn't get it now, I was trying to scare him, so I pointed at him. So when he said no, I wasn't going to get no money. I figured if I shot him in the arm, maybe I would get the money. The lady, she started hollering and screaming, and I got nervous. Then I was thinking to myself, well, she might tell the police, and I get all worried. And maybe if I shot her too, maybe I'd be all right. And then when I shot her, she fell to the ground, and I turn around and I pick up the $25.
Rudolph, do you recall being read anything about the Miranda warnings or your rights?
As far as I remember now, I don't.
Now, you've already testified as to the officers taking you in the room, and they made you take your clothes off and searched you, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, did they mistreat you in any way?
Well, I thought to myself I was.
Now, you're speaking of them taking the clothes off of you, right?
Yes, sir.
Wait just a minute. Did they take them off, or did they just tell you to take them off?
Well, they told me to take them off.
And you took them off?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead from there.
But, Rudolph, other than that, did they mistreat you?
Well, when the policeman, he slammed the money on the table, when he did that, I thought he was getting violent with me.
He just confessed to the murder of 2 people, and he calls that violent.
His attorney is concerned that maybe his civil rights were violated.
Doctor, do you have an opinion as to Mr. Tyner's mental ability to conform his behavior to the law?
Yes, I do.
What is that opinion?
Mr. Tyner has no desire and no ability to conform to the law or obey the law. He does exactly what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
If he does something that is in violation of the law, does he understand that?
Oh, he understands that it's in violation of the law, but it is of no concern to him.
What are you thinking about?
He just sits there in court and grins.
When they've already established he's not too bright. I mean, his IQ's way down there. Somewhere around 79, I think they said.
What's how bright he is got to do with anything when they've already said he knows the difference between right and wrong and don't care?
Well, that's what the courts are for, Tony. Just talk it all out.
Yeah, but he can't talk. All he can do is show teeth like a rabid dog. And they kill rabid dogs because there ain't no help for them. I had my gun that night. I could have shot him. Then that man came up to me and offered to kill him. I could have said, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Then we wouldn't have to go through all this.
Are you sorry you did?
I don't know. No. It's where it's supposed to be. In court. But I'll tell you something. If he goes free on some technicality, or even gets a life sentence, I'll never rest easy. Not with him walking around and my mom and daddy dead in their graves.
Well, he's already confessed. I mean, how could they give him anything but the death penalty?
Darling, what world are you living in? They do it every day.
Madam Forelady, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you've all reached a verdict, would you please pass it to the clerk?
Case 78-GS26-59, the State versus Rudolph Tyner. Indictment for armed robbery, criminal conspiracy, murder, and murder. Verdict, guilty as charged.
As you know, this is a bifurcated trial, and the first phase is now concluded. Court is now in recess until 9 o'clock Monday morning.
Tony, what's Monday morning? I thought this would be the end.
No, Kimmy, this is just the first part of the trial. Well, you knew that.
But they covered everything. And that jury found him guilty. What more can there be?
It's a bifurcated trial, honey.
I don't remember what that word means.
It means in two parts.
You mean he still gets another trial?
Well, it's automatic. You see, the first trial was to determine whether he was guilty or innocent. Now, in the second trial, they'll take additional testimony in regard to aggravation and mitigation so the jury can determine the sentence.
But they just found him guilty. Why can't they determine the sentence based on that? What are they going to do now? Find him guiltier?
Yeah, so to speak. But in the second part, the jury will decide if there are reasons that he should be sentenced to die or reasons that he should be allowed to live.
I just felt that they went over and through everything. I can't believe there's anything more to say.
My sister may seem more emotional than us, but we all feel the same way, Mr. Dunn.
Hey, wait a minute, huh? I didn't invent all this, you know. I didn't make the law.
Jim, what I think we're all having a hard time understanding is why a man who's found guilty of criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, and 2 counts of murder gets so much consideration.
Because we have a system. Because we have rules and procedures and checks and balances designed to protect the innocent. Now, in spite of that, there have been innocent men on death row in this country, Tony, and you well know it. Now, we know who killed your folks, but that doesn't change the law. The law is stubbornly consistent. Sometimes it stretches. Maybe you feel it's stretching too far toward Tyner's way right now, but it's the only chance we ever get to hear 2 sides of a story. You gotta hang in there. Be patient. This system protects everyone.
Yeah, especially the guilty.
Tony, on the night your parents were killed, you were deeply offended, weren't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Righteously indignant you were, too. You were hurt, you were heartbroken, you were devastated. Why didn't you kill him?
What?
Yeah, you had a gun. Why didn't you kill him right there on the spot?
Because I wasn't sure he was the one. Just because they arrested him didn't mean he was guilty.
Oh. Well, there you have it.
The verdict of the jury is that the defendant Rudolph Tyner be sentenced to the death penalty. Anything further, gentlemen, before I pass sentence?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense.
Please bring the defendant forward. Anything you wish to say, Mr. Tyner? I'll be glad to listen to anything you wish to say to this court. It is the judgment of the law and the sentence of the court that you, Rudolph Tyner, the prisoner at the bar, are hereby sentenced to count 1, 5 years, count 2, 25 years, count 3, death by electrocution, count 4, death by electrocution. All of these sentences are to run concurrently.
Nice seeing you back on the job again.
Thanks.
Must have been rough on you and your family having to sit through all of that.
Rough don't tell it. Rough don't come close.
I seen in the newspaper where you got a life sentence.
I hope you see these bricks better than you saw that print. You got the death penalty, electric chair.
Well, that's what I mean. Got a life sentence.
Something matter with your ears, too? You said you got the chair.
Well, what do you think the chair is if it ain't a life sentence? You know how many men sitting on death row up there in that prison? Plenty. This state ain't executed nobody in over 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, 20. Count 'em.
How do you know that?
Well, I wasn't never on no death row. But I spent 2 years up there in that prison. That was back before I came to work for you. Hey, don't you think it's about time for lunch, boss?
Okay, fellas, lunch. Jim, how you doing? Been a long time.
Hi, Tony.
Well, what's going on?
Well, Tony, I don't quite know how to tell you this.
What's wrong? What is it? Is it one of the kids?
We have to go through it all again. We heard it on the radio.
Go through what?
The trial. Everything.
What's she talking about?
The law entitled Tyner to an automatic appeal to the state Supreme Court. And the court ordered that the sentencing phase of the trial be reheld.
This is a joke. Why has everybody been crying?
They found an error in the sentencing phase of the trial.
Error? What error?
The court decided that the prosecutor told the jury too much about the possibility of appeals. In the court's judgment, that diminished the jury's sense of responsibility. They didn't have to feel that they were the last word.
They're sending him back, Tony. They're taking him out of prison and sending him back here for a retrial.
Another jury, all of it. Just like it never happened in the first place.
This is not right. You hear me, Jim? It's not right.
Tony, the court...
I don't want to hear about the court.
Coming back? And we got to go through the whole thing all over again? Hearing how our mama begged for her life only to have that scum blow her apart? And he sits in court and grins? And the court talks about error? It's not right!
Tony.
Dee, what the hell is going on?
I want you to calm down, Tony. We gotta talk.
I can't calm down.
I guess we just don't understand the legal system.
I'm not talking legal. I'm talking about my mother and my father. That killer is gonna get a Thanksgiving dinner this year. My mama and daddy won't. Now that is wrong.
Sit down.
That is so sit down!
Right or wrong, it's got to be faced and dealt with. And you and me, we got to talk about the family. You know you've taken your father's place, don't you?
I can't take his place. I tried. Daddy was a better man than I'll ever be. I guess that's what's so hard to accept. That a man like Daddy was killed by a nothing.
Tony, all I really wanted to say is that you got to be the strongest one. And you got to start now. I think you better see Brigitte. She's in her trailer.
Is she? Where's Becky?
Sleeping. She's sleeping.
Forget you know this don't solve nothing. Honey, I didn't come over here to fuss at you. I know how you're feeling. 'Cause I feel exactly the same way. Nobody else saw what we saw. They don't have that to remember. We do. But this ain't gonna make it go away. Would you try and get a grip on yourself? Would you do that? Would you try?
When is it gonna be over, Tony? Is there never gonna be an end to this?
Forget. I promise you, one way or the other, there's gonna be an end to it. You hear me? There was gonna be an end to it.
Would you? Would you hold me? Just for a minute. an unbiased jury for a retrial.
Hello.
Done?
Hey, Jim. Good morning.
Jim, what happens if they can't pick another jury? How much longer do we have to go through this?
Oh, I expect a change of venue to be asked for, and I expect the judge to grant it. I think he realizes because of all the publicity surrounding the first trial and the general tone of the feeling right now, it's going to be impossible to draw a jury in this county.
Change of venue. What does that mean exactly? I mean, what happens then?
Well, they'll go to another county for trial, probably Marion County. Excuse me, will you please? Hi, Paget.
Hello, Jim.
I've been looking for you. Listen, I want to ask you a question.
Marion County, why don't they just make it the Moon after all this? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Gentlemen, would you approach the bench? I think we have a problem here.
Well, Jim called it right. Marion, that's 100 miles a day we'll be traveling. And for what? Tell me, Dean, for what? I don't know. I already can't explain any of this to my kids. I try, and they just stare at me. You bastard!
They'll call an ambulance. Where's the phone? God, where's the phone?
Kim lost her baby. She's gonna be all right.
Got 3 of our family dead now because of him. And it could have been 4. Terry was always with Mom and Daddy at the store. If she hadn't been away at Girl Scout camp, she'd be dead now, too. Renee, I keep asking myself, what's going to happen next? Who's going to get hurt next because of him, and why am I just standing around letting it happen?
You aren't.
Well, I feel like I am.
Tony, we have to accept it. Because we can't do anything. I know it. And I admit it. And you know it. And you're gonna have to admit it. To accept it.
I always thought the law was supposed to provide justice. That's the hardest hill to climb.
Well, the state Supreme Court has declared his right to a retrial.
And then his lawyer sends another appeal to the Supreme Court, and another, and another. And he goes on living for years, just like all those killers on death row.
That's the way things are. Let him appeal. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. So what if nobody's been executed in this state for 20 years? Maybe there's enough appeals to keep 1 million killers alive. If you put every one of them in the electric chair, it'll never bring Mama and Daddy back anyhow. But we're alive. So just let him rot. Let him rot on death row. But don't you rot. Don't let his disease make you sick, Tony. You can't change it.
I have to.
We're little people, Tony. We live by the rules. What else can we do?
Well, the whole story ain't been told yet.
What? What does that mean?
It means the whole story ain't been told yet. Come on.
you want to talk.
I don't want to talk.
Sometimes it helps.
Leave me alone, Jan. Will you do that? Will you just leave me alone?
Now you just simmer down, mister. And don't you dare talk to me like I was made out of one of your puny ribs. We are married, Mr. Cimo. We're what they call clove together. We've been through 2 youngins and a world of bouncing in bed that wouldn't do to talk about at a prayer meeting.
So?
So? Why am I getting the feeling I don't know you? Why do I look at you and see a stranger? You haven't said a dozen words to me in the past week. All last night, you just sat in the dark staring out the window. Hold out your hand.
Why?
Just hold out your hand, Tony. Don't act like I was asking for the moon. Now, you see, in all the time I have known you, I have never seen your hand shake like that. You're keeping everything inside. You don't talk, you don't eat, you don't sleep. You don't smile.
You know what I've been through.
Yes, because I have been through every minute of it with you from start to finish. And that's why I hope you won't do it.
Do what? Do what, Jan?
Something you'll be sorry for. Something I can't go through with you.
I really don't know what you have in mind.
Well, I don't know what you have in mind either. That's what scares me.
Skelton, come here. I want to talk to you.
What's up?
Well, you were in prison for a couple of years. CCI up in Columbia, right?
Yeah, almost 2 years. Why?
You must have met a lot of guys. They're still there.
Well, I suppose so.
Let me ask you something. Supposing somebody on the outside wanted a man in there to do a job. How would he know which man to go to, and how would he get in touch with him?
You studying about doing business with the devil now, Tony?
I asked you a question, Skelton. That's all. Just a simple question.
Yeah. Simple question, huh? Well, let me give you a simple answer. What goes around comes around. And that's the truth, I'm telling you.
You don't want to talk to me? Fine.
Hey, Tony, if you want to talk to the devil, it's got to go to the man who knows it. But you be careful, because it rubs off on you. And it burns.
So what are you saying? You won't help me?
Look, I'm clean, man. I'm clean, that's what I'm saying, and I'm staying clean. I ain't getting myself caught up in no court with no lawyer asking me what you said to me and what I said to you. You know, I like you, Tony. Maybe that's why I feel sorry for you.
I feel sorry for my parents.
Your folks are at peace, man. But I feel sorry for you because You heading into the fire to learn the truth.
Truth is, somebody has to take the bit. Sometime. Somebody has to take the bit.
Well, then you take it, man. You take it and just ride it out. Just ride it out. There'll be a whole bunch of stupid people cheering you on. But when the cheering stops, the growling begins. And like I told you before, what goes around comes around.
Hi, Tiny. Remember me? Tony Cimo.
Yeah, sure, I remember you. What'd you say, Cimo?
I heard you might know of somebody up at CCI who could do a job.
What kind of job?
Let's sit down.
What kind of job do you want done?
Well, is it important what kind of job?
Oh, yeah, it's important. It's mighty important. See, the men in that prison are specialists. One's a piano tuner, specializes in molesting small boys, you know. And another one specializes in cutting up women. Just hear 'em scream. And there's one I'm thinking about is pulling 10 life sentences for 9 murders. That's 'cause 9's all the bodies they ever found. So that's why I ask you what kind of job.
Well, let's just say I'm not looking to get a piano tuned or a woman cut up.
You ever hear of a man named Lamar Sands?
No.
Well, Lamar's the old boy pulling 10 for 9. He should have got the chair. Plea bargaining and technicalities saved his ass. I reckon that's why for people that live by it, the law is such a hard thing to understand.
How can I get in touch with this Sands?
If you're serious, just sit by your telephone on Sunday. Wait for it to ring.
You mean he can call from inside the prison?
On Sundays. Hell, he practically runs the inside of that prison, especially cell block 2. He's a maintenance man. Fixes whatever goes wrong, you know. You want to talk to him? Yes or no?
I want to talk to him. Yes. Oh.
The defendant, Rudolph Tyner, has been found by the jury to be guilty of the offense of murder. The jury has recommended that the defendant should be sentenced to death. It is therefore the judgment of the law and the sentence of the court that Rudolph Tyner be taken to the county jail of Marion County and then to the state penitentiary, henceforth to be kept in close and safe confinement until the 15th day of December, upon which day between the hours of 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m., the defendant, Rudolph Tyner, shall suffer death by electrocution in the manner provided by law.
coffee ain't government cheese, you know. Last time he was in here, he never put nothing in the kitty.
For you, Lamar.
How's this?
Remember Tiny Thomas? Got out last year?
Yeah, so?
He wants you to call that guy. Says he's got a job for you.
Who is this Tony Cimo?
You know that kid on death row? The one by the name of Tyner?
Yeah?
He wasted Cimo's mama and daddy with a 12-gauge pump. I reckon Cimo thinks it's time some chickens come home to roost.
Honey, I'm taking the girls to the beach. You want to come?
No, y'all go on.
Oh, come with us, Dad. Yeah, Dad, come on.
No, I gotta wait for Man to call me about a job.
Terry, you and Cheryl go out to the car. I'll be out there in a second. You're gonna have to snap out of it, mister.
Snap out of what?
Behaving like this. It's over, honey. It's all over. He was sentenced to die in the electric chair, and he'll be in that prison until he does.
Yeah, but how long's that gonna be? 3 years? 5 years? 20?
The judge set the time and the place and the date of execution. You heard him. I heard him.
I also heard another judge set the time and the date and the place of execution. What happened to that?
You gotta let go. I need you to come back to me.
This is Lamar Sands. What can I do for you?
Do you know a guy up there named Tyner? Rudolph Tyner?
I know every man on cell block 2 and practically every con in this joint. What about him? Are you still on the line, Cimo?
The phone you're using. It's not bugged, is it?
You think I'd talk on a bug telephone? What about this Tyner?
I want him dead.
Boy, you don't fool around, do you?
Well?
Why, as it happens, you're talking to the right man.
What'll it cost?
All it cost you is a little grass, a little money, maybe some pills.
How much money?
We'll get to that later. How you want it done?
You're the expert. I've never done anything like this before.
Welcome to the club, Cimo. Why don't we try something nice and quiet like poison? You just send me some poison. Are you still on the line, Cimo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, what you do is, you go out and buy me a pair of new shoes. Don't matter what size. You take them home, and you holler out the heels. You put the poison in them heels, and then you wrap them shoes up real good with a love note from some woman who thinks that men like me are romantic. And then you mail them shoes to me. Address it to Lamar, the Sandman, Central Correctional, Columbia. Tyner tell you anything about this Tony Cimo? Does he have a record?
Straight arrow, man. Never even got a traffic ticket.
Well, I got him, Connors. Coming and going, going and coming. Taped him on the telephone. Gonna be paying me from now on to keep a lid on that cassette. And if I do get caught for killing this boy, and Cimo goes down for conspiracy,
How you gonna get that stuff in Tyner's belly?
been feeding him righteous sandwiches and coffee for a week. Got him to where he's eating out of my hand.
Hello. Wait a minute. Okay, what?
This here's Lamar. What kind of stuff is that you sent up here?
Oleander. You know, from the bushes. I rented it down myself. They say it kills horses.
Yeah, them must have been awful puny bushes. I fed it to him 3 times, and all he got out of it was a little gut ache. Blame that on the prison chow. Let's get this over with, Cimo. Can you get me a stick of dynamite?
Dynamite?
That's right. Dynamite. A stick of it. Or as much of a stick as you can come by. You just get me something that goes bang, and I'll have him dripping from the ceiling for a month.
I'll see what I can do.
Beer? Hey, Cimo. What's happening, man?
Thanks.
Did you get that call?
Yeah. I need a stick of dynamite.
Well? What do you think about C4?
What's that?
Plastic explosive. Military stuff, you know. Blowing up bridges and things.
Was it safe? I mean, I don't want any postal workers getting hurt.
Safer than dynamite, Cimo. Easier to hide, too.
Can you get me some?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't.
I've been thinking about your case, Rudolph, and I feel plumb sorry for you.
What are you talking about?
I got to figure. When you walked in that store and blew them 2 people away for $25, you got to be the most desperately poor man I ever knowed. So what I'm gonna do is give you a chance to make some money.
Yeah?
You and me is gonna experiment. And if it works, we're partners. You know what this here is?
It's a radio. Now, anybody can tell that.
It was radio. Now it's an intercom. And if it works for you and me, then every man in this cell block's gonna want one. And we're gonna make them pay plenty.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna run this wire through this duct. And connect it to a speaker that's in my cell, just like the one I'm giving to you. And then we can talk to one another. Now, what you do is, come on over here. Put this to your ear. Now, count to 100 so that I have enough time to get back to my cell. And then plug this in. And you will hear me talk. Okay. Wait till you count to 100 so that I have enough time to get back to my cell.
100. You really think this is gonna work?
Well, it's gonna work, boy. You got the Sandman's word for it. You just keep holding it to your ear like you're doing right now.
I will.
Walk out of here.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seven, 98, 99.
This is Lamar Sands. What can I do for you?
The phone you're using, it's not bugged, is it?
You think I'd talk on a bugged telephone? Are you still on the line, Cimo?
Do you know a guy up there named Tyner? Rudolph Tyner?
I know every man on cell block 2 and practically every con in this joint. What about him?
I want him dead. Hello? Yeah, this is Tony, Cimo. Well, I don't know. It was just a voice. Tyner's dead. He died? Somebody blew him up in his cell. He must have crossed the wrong man.
Let's get this over with, Cimo. Can you get me a stick of dynamite? Dynamite? That's right. You just get me something that goes bang, and I'll have him dripping from the ceiling for a month. I'll see what I can do.
It's incredible. More than that, it's unbelievable. This is the United States. We're a nation of laws. Did he really think he could get away with this? Go get him. Arrest him. Read him his rights in the Constitution and tell him nobody gets away with this.
Stop it. Dad.
Pretty bad, huh?
Sure is.
At least I'll be working steady from now on. You totaled up everything we owe?
I'm afraid to. I'm just gonna put all these bills in this basket and take them out one by one when we can pay them. Looks like it's gonna be a skimpy Christmas this year. Guess we'll just have to get by on a hug and a kiss.
Now, what's wrong with that?
Hello? Just a minute, please. Daddy, it's for you.
Oh, thanks, honey. Hello? Yeah, this is Tony Cimo. Well, sure, I'm interested. Yeah, I know where it is. Okay, I'll meet you there in a half hour. Okay. A man wants to give me the plans for some brickwork he wants done.
Great.
I gotta go to Surfside.
Mr. Cimo? Tony Cimo?
Yes, sir.
You're under arrest. Bat in one eye and I'll blow your head off. SLED, State Law Enforcement Division. Get out of your vehicle slowly.
Tony Cimo was given 3 concurrent sentences for his role in the death of Rudolph Tyner. 5 years for conspiracy to murder, 8 years each for threatening to kill by means of explosives, and failure to report his knowledge of a felony bombing. He was paroled after serving 3 years and returned to his family. Before his release, the state of South Carolina reinstated the death penalty and has since executed 2 of the men on death row.